Now that all the worlds have been revealed, Universal is going to have to work fast to open all areas of Epic Universe next year. With fireworks and Dragon drone testing now happening, we're seeing more than just construction progress around the park. Plus, decorative elements like the Pegasus atop the carousel and statue near the entrance are being installed. Let's check in on work happening throughout all of Epic Universe, as well as some new rumors in today's news update. Starting our update in Celestial Park, the central area of Epic Universe. The Kronos machine above the portal that will act as the entrance into the park is receiving finishing touches. We can spot electrical boxes on the back of the Kronos Tower, as well as what looks to be motors for spinning elements to make parts of the Kronos rotate. The medallion representing Super Nintendo World will rotate to reveal two versions of Mario, from the 8-bit variation to a more modern Mario on the other side. Behind the Kronos, just inside the park, the bottom section of the Luna statue has arrived. This statue will be placed here overlooking the central areas of the park, in an area aptly named Luna Overlook. Here is how this statue appears in the scale model for Epic Universe. And here is how it appears in recent official concept art. The Pegasus figure was recently installed atop the roof over Constellation Carousel. This Pegasus icon matches the one that can be seen in the Kronos. The courtyard in front of Constellation Carousel is coming together, and the tower entry sign can be seen installed. Here is how this tower appears in concept art. It seems as though temporary walls have been set up around the carousel ride itself, so we're unable to see all of the animal ride vehicles being installed. Large foam blocks are being used to form a tiered border around the park's central lagoon, where the Constellation Carousel and Astronomica Splash Pad are located. Here is how these tiered steps around the lagoon appear in official renderings for this area. Moving now to Stardust Racers, the park's massive dual-track launched racing coaster, it appears that the attraction's marquee is taking shape. Here is how this attraction signage appears in official concept art. The two shooting star icons have been installed at the front entrance to the ride. Wrapped in plastic and representing the two trains on the ride, we can see these comets are held by statues, as the shooting stars are being thrown by the gods. A matching pair of these comets can also be found as part of the Kronos at the park's entry. Work continues on the extended queue for Stardust Racers, with one round section of outside queue now paved. What appears to be a plant-based arch can be seen leading from this section to the next area below it. Divider walls have been erected in the middle of this area to help separate a backstage path from the ride's extended queue. Epic Universe saw its very first fireworks test late last month, on the night of July 28th. The fireworks for Epic Universe are set off from the middle of a large drainage pond located behind Universal Helios Grand Hotel at the back of the park. That way they appear above the hotel, much like fireworks appear above Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom. We expect the large fountain set in front of the Helios Hotel to be part of the park's nighttime show. We should see these fountains begin testing in the coming months. On the other end of Celestial Park, located between the park's entrance and Super Nintendo World, a new milestone is taking place. It appears that the modular offices in this expansion plot are being removed. These offices have been located here since 2022, but appear to now be vacating this area. According to site plans, this area is expected to be for future expansion of Celestial Park, and is rumored to be used for a multi-purpose soundstage, which could be utilized for special events at the park. The preparation of this land may signal the start of this Phase 2 project to add this event space to Epic Universe. Heading now into How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk, we finally have confirmation of something that has long been rumored for this land. A flying dragon has been spotted over the Isle of Berk. Video recorded by Adventuring with Annie and shared on social media and YouTube seems to show a flying dragon drone peacefully soaring overhead, and it does appear to be flapping its wings. Universal says on their official website for Epic Universe that you may even catch a glimpse of dragons flying high above the village, and this is likely what they're talking about. We've suspected that this square of concrete beside the Lands Theater could be the launch pad for the dragon-shaped drones. If they want to keep these flying dragons from soaring over guests, they have a large L-shaped section of backstage they can utilize as a flight path, which can create the appearance of dragons flying around the back half of the land. So far, at least 3 dragon drone tests have been spotted on 3 separate occasions, but this is the best footage that we've gotten so far. Heading back to the entrance of the land, fake pine trees have been installed atop the hillside-themed portal. What is likely the land's dedicated exit path can now be seen on the right, built into the rockwork of the portal structure. On the other side of the portal, we can see this exit path here on the left. Within the center of the portal's main entry, it appears that new rockwork is being constructed. As with all the other portals into the worlds of Epic Universe, these rocks may help to block the view into the land when looking through the portal in Celestial Park. The Fire Drill interactive boat ride has seen a tremendous amount of new targets installed. Riders on boats will use water cannons to shoot these various targets in a simulated firefighting training game. Some of the new targets recently added are shaped like dragons. Many appear to have been built on moving platforms with gears and motors visible to add kinetic energy to the ride. More targets and scenic elements for this boat ride that have not yet been installed can be seen staged on the latter half of the ride path. Over at Dragon Racers Rally, the land's 2 spinning flat rides, the entrance to this attraction, which is themed as a slingshot that fires sheep into the air, has seen its sheep installed, currently wrapped in plastic. New framing for coverings over the ride's queue areas have been installed in front of the decorative grandstands behind the rides. The toothless animatronic is still hiding under a cover on the first launch for the land's roller coaster, named Hiccup's Wing Gliders. The exit gift shop for the coaster has seen a sculpted dragon-shaped head added to the top of the structure. The 2 small statues that flank the entrance to the coaster ride have taken shape. The 2 large statues that flank the entrance to the Mead Hall dining location have still not been painted. A dense bundle of dragon houses is visible atop the land's main retail location. Little forced perspective pathways have been added between these small houses. Log-themed walls have been added along the exterior for the candy shop section of this retail structure, seen under the domed roof as part of this building. An unpainted wall section has arrived in front of the left side of Spitfire Grill, an outdoor quick service location. This wall is likely to be built below the ice dragon that we've seen in official concept art that will be placed on the left side of this structure. The attachment point for this ice dragon can be seen on the ground in this area. Next up is Super Nintendo World, and starting on the second level inside of the land, while not much progress can be seen on the facade for Peach's Castle, it appears that pieces of this structure have shown up in a nearby staging lot. Here we can spot unpainted roofs and tower pieces that could be for Peach's Castle, lying on the ground among the other elements for Super Nintendo World. Scaffolding has come down around Bowser's Fortress, revealing the current progress of this future entrance to the Mario Kart ride. A spiked-style gate has been added above the entrance's opening. Bowser's face has yet to be added to the facade. The ride's exit gift shop, Mario Motors, is now behind scaffolding. Here is how the Bowser's Fortress and Mario Motors buildings appear in the model for Epic Universe. And here is how these areas appear in official concept art, which is likely a more accurate representation of the final product. To the right of this area, a bullet bill can be spotted at Mount Beanpole, above the Yoshi ride. Some of the ride vehicles have been temporarily removed from the Yoshi ride during work on this bridge section of the ride path. Many trees have been added to the finale scene for the Yoshi ride. And zooming in, we can see that the Captain Toad figure can be seen in this area as well. Behind this area, within the Donkey Kong Country section of Super Nintendo World, Funky's plane has taken shape. This airplane-shaped kiosk will be the Miniland's main retail location, named Funky's Fly-In By. The base support for Donkey Kong's treehouse has been added. This treehouse will be the backdrop for a meet and greet area within the land. The framing for the treehouse itself can be seen staged on the ground nearby. A new screaming pillar has been added along this section of broken track on the Minecart Madness roller coaster. Stone wall theming can be seen behind the water feature at the ride's exit bridge. Awnings have been installed over a section of the ride's exterior queue. And a frog statue on a pedestal can be seen installed near the spikes that our minecart will appear to jump over on the ride. Sneaking a peek inside the middle of the ride, what appears to be the Tiki Tong can be spotted here. In official concept art for the version of this ride in Universal Studios Japan, Tiki Tong can be seen twisting the minecart track ahead of us on the ride. And before we move on, a pedestal near the start of the ride can be spotted with a wrapped figure sitting on top of it. According to what can be seen in the model for this attraction, this figure may be Dixie Kong. Scaffolding has been put up in front of the portal into Dark Universe, the world inspired by Universal classic monsters. The gate for the exit path out of Dark Universe can be spotted on the left side of the portal. Within the village of Darkmoor, the setting for this land, scenic work is happening around this section of the land's main retail building. In plans, this small part of the structure jutting out is called the Fog Room and is not enterable by guests. The arched entry into the land's main and only restrooms can be seen on the right. Much of the scaffolding has once again come down in front of the manor facade for the land's main attraction, Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment. This has revealed that the vines have been painted on either side of the entrance. The removed scaffolding sections can be seen piled up in front of the manor. The gatehouse in front of the manor will act as the ride's main entrance and has seen painted vines added to its face as well. Exterior scenic work is happening on the crypt sitting in the extended exterior queue located behind the manor. A canopy framing extending from the wagon over the main entrance to Curse of the Werewolf, the land's spinning roller coaster, is being added. A roll gate appears to have been added to the wagon-themed retail kiosk across from the coaster's entrance. Here we can see a completely uncovered coaster train sitting on the maintenance spur behind the station. The most recent and final world to have its details revealed at Epic Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, is seeing more intricate details arrive. Wrought iron balconies are being installed along the gift shop on this corner, named La Galerie Mirifique, which has now been officially announced. Additional wrought iron details have been added above the back entrance to the cafe as well. The opening on the far right of these building facades leads to one of the two main restrooms for this land. Across the street from these restrooms is the Metro Flute entrance, which is now confirmed to be the way to get to the land's main ride, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. No big changes can be seen for the first layer of circus tent materials. This circus tent will act as the entrance to the land's stage show, but the actual show is located in the building behind it. The furthest false facades at the very back of the land are looking more complete. These are part of the forced perspective display, which can be seen here in official concept art. And they are based on what can be seen here in the second Fantastic Beasts film. A decorative globe element has been installed along this roof line to the left. Here is this globe element as seen in official concept art. New bright purple shutters are being installed along this wall on the right side of the land. The shape for this small rounded square in the dead end on the far right side of the land is being formed. Here is how this small square appears in official concept art. Behind this area, we can spot some paint and material samples, including a couple walls and a couple set of sample stairs. As for the 3 hotels of Epic Universe, the Universal Helios Grand Hotel is slowly receiving the finishing for its large dome at the center of the roof. The rooftop ballroom on the right is now fully enclosed. The pool area and cabanas for the Helios Hotel are making good progress, located behind the Dark Universe area, just to the side of the hotel. On this side of the hotel, facing the theme park, this porch is an overlook, located behind the hotel lobby. While this porch will allow hotel guests views over the center of Epic Universe and will sit over cascading waterfalls, this is not the hotel's dedicated entrance into the park. For that, we have to look to the left of this overlook porch, seen at the arrow in this photo. This winding path is the dedicated park entrance for hotel guests only to be able to get into Epic Universe. Security check is located at the start of this path behind these arches. Heading across the street to the other 2 hotels for this area, new pavement is being added to the pool deck of the Stella Nova Resort. The raised traffic circle ramp located between the 2 sister hotels and Epic Universe continues to make quick progress. This ramp, which connects the extended Kirkman Road to Epic Boulevard, the road to Epic Universe, is vital for the new park to be able to open. Until this round ramp is completed, as well as the entire Kirkman extension, the park will likely be unable to grand open. Previews can likely take place before this roadwork is completed, but by some estimates, it may not be completely finished until summer 2025, which may give us an idea on when the park can officially open. Until then, there's nothing stopping the park from having team member, annual pass, or other limited previews in the spring, if the park is ready. That's going to wrap it up for this update, but a huge thank you to BioReconstruct for the amazing aerial photographs. You can follow him on social media for more theme park photos. Be sure to leave a like on this video and comment if you're enjoying our coverage of the new park. And make sure you're subscribed to never miss an update. For even more information, as well as behind-the-scenes posts, your name in the credits, and more, consider joining our Patreon to support what we do. Patreon.com/themeparkstop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.